Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Ree, this is Fluid Fox Yoga. I'm going to share with you now 4 of my favourite shoulder stretches that I like to incorporate into my practice on a regular basis. Really good for releasing neck, shoulder and back tension and just increasing mobility and range through the shoulders. Let's get started. So to begin with, we'll just come onto our knees, and if this is uncomfortable to do so, feel free to sit on a block or a cushion or come onto your sitting bones if you prefer. Going to just roll the shoulders back just 2 or 3 times just to loosen them out. And then taking your arms behind you, maybe you'd like to just try reaching for your elbows or holding onto your forearms. If this isn't enough of a stretch for your shoulders, interlacing your fingers here and just start to send your hands down your back. I want you to just tuck your tailbone under, draw your core in, send your chest up and start to externally rotate your shoulders back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Take 5 to 10 deep breaths here. If you want to increase the challenge of this stretch, start to send your arms away from you. And then on your exhale, release your hands, give your arms a little shake. Next, we're going to do eagle arms. So you're going to hug yourself, you're going to take your right arm over your left, and then the fingers of your left hand are going to work their way into the palm of your right hand. So this is a nice counter pose from the previous stretch. Send your fingers up and your hands away from your forehead. Take your gaze between your forearms. Keep your tailbone tucked under here, and as you inhale, feel the chest rise and send those hands as high as you can. Keep length through the spine and your chin slightly tucked. And again, staying here for 5 to 10 breaths as you wish. And then on an exhale, releasing your hands, let your arms come to your sides and switch over now. So left arm crosses over right, give yourself a hug. Start to move the fingers of your right hand into the palm of your left hand. Send your hands up and away from your forehead. Tuck your tailbone under, core engaged, and just pull your pelvis up. On an inhale, lifting your arms up to the sky. Keep your chin tucked slightly to lengthen through the neck. Staying here for 5 to 10 breaths as you wish. On an exhale, release your hands, let your arms come back to your sides. From here, you're going to stay either on your knees or sitting back onto your sitting bones if you prefer. You're going to reach your right arm up, lengthen through the side of the body and drop it behind the head. Your left hand is going to sweep behind you and move up the back. This is when you might want to use a strap or maybe hold on to your t-shirt. If you can, finding your fingertips to come into the bind, and again drawing your core in, tailbone tucked under as you inhale, lifting chest and gaze up. As you exhale, start to soften the shoulders towards one another. And again, staying here for 5 to 10 nice deep breaths. On an exhale, gently release the bind, let your arms come to your sides and give them a little shake. We'll go to the other side, left arm reaches up, inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, take it behind your back and reach back with your right arm. You'll notice one side is probably easier to bind than the other. As you move your hands towards one another, maybe reaching for the fingertips or your belt or t-shirt, and then draw your chest up slightly on an inhale. Take your gaze forwards and tuck your tailbone under again. Staying here for 5 to 10 deep breaths, and again on the exhale, really try to soften the shoulders towards one another. Send that bottom elbow back, top elbow lifting up nice and high. On your last exhale, gently releasing the bind, let your arms come to your sides and give them a nice shake. And for the next stretch, you're going to come onto your knees. Knees are going to be hip width apart, so make sure they're under your hips. Tops of your feet flat on the mat. Bring your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands away from you. Start to lower your forehead to the mat. Hips are still high. Coming into one of my favorites, puppy pose. Feeling a lovely opening through the upper back and shoulders here. As you start to feel more comfortable in this pose, and if your neck allows you to, you can lift your head and draw your chin onto the mat. And again, ideally staying here for 5 to 10 deep breaths. The final stretch I'm going to show you is a variation of puppy pose, but works a lot more into the shoulders rather than the back. You're going to bring your hands to prayer. You're going to come up onto your elbows and just walk your elbows slightly away from you. Start to rest your forehead between your arms on the mat, and then raise your hands, still pressing into each other, up above your head. Start to feel the intensity increase through the shoulders here. On an exhale, really work to soften through the arms, shoulders, and continue to move your chest towards the mat. And again, staying here for as long as you like. And you can deepen this stretch a little bit more by walking your elbows in slightly. It just increases the intensity through the shoulders, and again rest your forehead back down on the mat. I hope you enjoyed those shoulder stretches. Thank you for joining me today. Try to incorporate them into your regular practice and you'll soon notice some big improvements in the range and mobility of your shoulders. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel for future content. Please like this video below, and if you have any thoughts or feedback, drop me a comment. Take care and have a wonderful day. See you soon.